Venture Eel TV.
So, what was the first time somebody tried you in a joint?
I just came down and alright, yeah. I had just came down to prison. I was probably down for like a month. You know, I started making taffy or something, right? And there was this weird ass white guy. I was outside with this shit, you know. I was slinging this shit, you know. That shit was going, you know.
People keep telling what taffy is.
Taffy is, you know, taffy's taffy, you know, like Laffy Taffy. You mix some Kool-Aid with some creamer and throw that shit up in the microwave and, you know, do the wrist work on it. And it come out taffy, you know. Put it on a chip bag, spread it out, let it cool down and harden up. You cut it into strips. And there you got some Laffy Taffy jailhouse style, you know, and that shit slap.
Man, yeah, that taffy used to make was good.
Yeah, I used to crush up Jolly Rancher, spread it on top of it. And, yeah, that shit went, man. People buy it, bro. And but like, you know, I came down. For some reason, they made a mistake saying I still owe restitution from an old ass case, some home invasion case from a long ass time ago, and I never owed that restitution or court order fees. I paid that all off, and it was still registered. So they was taking my money. You know, they was taking half of everything, 50 or something. I forgot what it was, but to me, they was doing me worse than that, cause before this incident, I had already broke some shit in the prison. I think it was a wheelchair or something. I broke it or something. And then now they're taking like, so I'm like, fuck it, I ain't giving these bitches shit. I'm gonna just hustle, you know, and do green dots, money packs back then. You know, they had that. They ain't got that no more, I don't think so. But this guy was out there, you know. But I was out there first. This guy came out there with some fucking taffy. Now I was like, hey, my man, why's you standing next to me with taffy? Don't you see me right here? And then he had said some slick shit. So I spit in this man's face, and and I don't know, man, he got mad, and I was like, bro, what you trying to do, man? I was like, get the fuck off my square, you know, and I was trying to send him down the hill, because at Parnell, it's like a long-ass walk, and while you walking through this walk, all the unit, it's connected right to quarantine, to be honest, you know, it's right there. It's 9 block, 10 block, 8 block, you know, then you got the hill A unit, B unit, and then you got 16 block. If my memory serving me correctly, that was the layout. But I was up on the hill all the way up, you know, at the end of the walk, and yeah, this guy just wanted to motherfucking steal my customers or something with his whack ass taffy, and that was my first conflict. I spit in this white dude's face, and he got mad, but he ain't do shit about it, and then he ended up getting the fuck on. And I'm glad it worked out that way, because, you know, I was trying to go home. I ain't really mean to spit on him. It was just I got mad.
I dig that.
Well,
So your two main hustles was the drink and the taffy, alcohol and taffy.
Yeah, the whole time. I mean, when it was flooded with weed, bro. Because there's only certain joints where it's flooded with weed. When you up north, it's not flooded with nothing. It's only flooded with strips, Suboxone strips, you know, and wine, you know. And I wouldn't even say it's flooded with wine, you know. Is whoever want to strap them on and get that money, you know, to make that wine. I mean, you got a high risk of getting caught, because it's very hard to conceal the smell when you burnt the bottles, you know.
What did it take about 5-6 days for the wine to get made?
Sometimes I rock that shit only for like 3-4 days. Sometimes I rock it out to 12. It all depends what I'm making it out of. You know what I mean? It all depends. Some shit ferment quicker than the other. It depends how much starter I'm using. You know what I mean?
What's a starter?
A starter just a start. Okay, say if I put out a batch of orange juice and I just let it sit out, it's gonna take 3 to 4 days, or it could take 2, depending, for it to start fermenting. There's a lot of factors that come into play. You know, temperature. You know, how old that orange juice already was, and the concentrate, how long it's been sitting in that fridge. Because preservatives could only do adjusted for so long. You know what I mean? Who knows how long that shit been sitting already? You know, but Sometimes it'll start fermenting by itself within 2 days. Sometimes it start fermenting by itself in 4 days. So the starter is, and the reason it's used is, say you just got some fresh orange juice. Do you want to wait 2 to 4 days for it to start fermenting, and then wait another 4 or 5 days for it to come out? That's a total of 9 to 10 days. You know what I mean? 8 days. Why do that when you could just throw the starter in there and then it start fermenting the same day within hours?
So a starter basically
The starter is the bacteria that eat the sugar and turn it into alcohol, which is probably yeast. It's probably yeast growing in there by itself. You know what I mean?
What's it I'll say? What do you make it out of? Like, I mean, I know you do orange juice, but is other stuff you can make it out of?
I made it out of so much stuff, man. I done made some shit out of pure corn. I done made some stuff from ramen noodle, cause it got starch in it and it starch from it. It wasn't just ramen noodles, there's other stuff in it, like potato stuff and stuff like that. And I was just experimental to see what was gonna happen, and it jumped off. And I made stuff with pineapples and orange juice. I made stuff out of just pineapples, and it came out tasting like rubbing alcohol when you bit into pineapples. I found out if you throw the orange peels and some water in the microwave and squeeze the acid all out the orange peel into the wine that you already made, it'll make it taste like 40% alcohol vodka. Motherfucker like, but it's really like a finesse move because sometimes the shit ain't come out so good. And sugar started becoming a high commodity in the scene. And
why is that?
So many people was making wine with the sugar. They took the sugar off the store list, and then we had to like buy the shit from the chow hall. And it was all right, I mean, if you had a plug, you had a plug. You was going. I always had a plug, because I know how to network real good, and just the I could find a plug,
What a small bag of sugar costing there?
Was it $4? Was it $4 for a tiny ass bag of sugar? When it was on store, it was only like one something.
Right.
I think like 170 something. Then they took it off, and then a small bag cost $4 or some shit. And then it got more expensive. Motherfuckers taxing. If you wasn't the right person, you probably get charged $8 for a small ass bag.
Yeah, it jumped up to 8 to 10. I'm like, damn.
But then when that happened, man, I started using motherfucking fireballs.
Yeah.
I started using, I was like, fuck, nigga, I just use cheap ass candy in it. I mean, for some reason, when I used fireballs, it took longer to cook all the way off. I don't know what it was. And then if I put it in the orange juice, it looked blood red. Mm-hmm. Then by the time it get done fermenting, it turned back into orange. All the red would deplete. I'd be like so confused. I'd be like, man, I don't know what the fuck going on.
It probably ate all that dye up. I don't know.
And then we use Kool-Aid.
Yep.
And then, but the thing with Kool-Aid is it got all that extra stuff in it, which slow down the fermentation process too. It got preservatives, this and that. And then I started shaking all that stuff about the Kool-Aid, and there was a time to where the whole hall was smoky from the Kool-Aid powder. I don't know if you remember that, man. It was at Earth Level 2.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I was like, man, what the fuck in the hallway? It smelled like Kool-Aid.
Whole rock smell like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that was me though, man. I was always trying to figure out a way to make money, man, because
what would you sell a bottle of alcohol for? And it's not even a filled up bottle, all the way filled.
Oh yeah, at least $5. At least I ain't taking lower than $5. That's $5. And then don't let it be New Year's or Christmas or Thanksgiving, because motherfuckers will start bidding on that shit. Like, hey, listen, bro, I ain't got $5. These motherfuckers might take someone out over that shit, to be honest, bro. And it get like that. Yeah.